part of what I like to do is I like to do a lot of hands-on things in my classroom, but up until the last couple of years, it has been difficult to do lots of hands-on labs and so forth when I don't have a lot of time in my class. So what I decided to do was to move the content as a homework assignment and then have that homework assignment in class so we could do labs and other fun things, as well as having students practice the day-to-day kind of content of things they need to know in chemistry so that they can become proficient learners. I had some students who were missing class frequently because they were in a sport and they had to get out of class early. So instead of having them get notes from a friend, I actually just recorded the entire lesson, the entire chapter in one huge video, and I posted it really for those students, and they could pick and choose what they wanted to view. What I found, however, was most of the views were from students who were in the class, which shocked me. And so I realized maybe this technique is helpful for more than just the kids that weren't there.
So what I started out with doing with them is like baby flipping, and so that would be like the introductory like lessons. Like so if we're gonna learn about microscopes, like for example, one day, instead of having them come in and have me like spend 20 minutes talking about how to use a microscope and then I have only 40 minutes to use them, I had them watch like a 7-minute video on how to use a microscope, and then we came in and it was like 5 minutes introduction, then we could jump right in. Okay. So we could spend more time like actually using the equipment, which I liked.
As a group, we decided as a class we would try this flipped method, and I would record smaller segments of video and it would be homework. And they would come in and I would assess how much they were able to gain over the video and then move on with new content. We could do more hands-on things, and most kids really liked it. I kind of used it as a trial and error. The first part was just recording the entire chapter just to have it there so kids could reference it if they wanted to, no requirements. But as I said, I probably had 70 views of these videos, so I thought, well, maybe there's something to this. I do think for the weaker student, it's definitely an advantage, because if they can't solve the problems at home, and then they have a chance of solving them in class. Sometimes the way a book will ask a question is a little bit hard to decode, and I think that they don't have any mechanism for pushing on in conflict, meaning they read a sentence they don't understand, they say, okay, I can't do it, and then therefore I can't do the next one or the next one. They don't figure a way to get through the question. So here in class, I'm actually able to say, wait a minute, what does this say? Does this piece of information, is that important?
We've been able to spend less time in class going over basic information, so they've come in with already like a basic understanding of what we want to talk about, and then we can spend more time talking about the really difficult parts of topics, which I really enjoy because it's a better use of our time. It also means that they spend a little bit less time on homework. I have 1 or 2 girls who told me they don't have internet access at home. So what I've been trying to do is make most of the videos kind of either you watch the video or you do the reading in the book.
So giving them an option. Well, that's good. And then even if they feel like they learn better through reading, then they can still have that option. That's a good idea.
Students who have different learning styles where they do better when they hear things, they like it. Also, some of them find it takes less time because you can watch the 4-minute video and get all the information, and like write and take notes. And if you're a strong student, that's quicker sometimes than reading through everything and taking notes.
Or sitting through a lecture that you don't need to for the whole class period.
Exactly. What I did have to do is I had to give them incentives to like actually watch the videos, otherwise they wouldn't do it and they'd be unprepared for class, and that was really frustrating for me. So what I have them do is there's no extra credit in the course, so the only way they can get extra points is if they come in and they take a quiz on the video. And on the video quiz, they can say whether they want it graded or not graded. So if they got the video and they come in, they're like, I know all the answers to these questions, I'll pick it for graded, and then it adds to their total points and their test grades. So then it kind of acts like a buffer for them. If they do bad on tests, at least they have a bunch of points.
I like the flip class because we have time to figure things out by ourselves. Like if Miss Oleski says something in class and you don't quite catch it, you just kind of miss it. While if you have the video at home, you get to like rewind and you can write everything down. If she makes a chart on the board, you're not trying to catch up while trying to listen, and that's like helpful for me at least.
I like how you can just take the notes at home, which is basically the information part, and then during class you can ask her the questions about it and solve the problems with her help and stuff.
Okay. Is there any downsides to it that you find make it more difficult?
If you don't understand it at home, sometimes it can be very frustrating because she's not there to have the questions right away, and then you kind of can get frustrated. But you soon learn that she will go over it.
You just have to wait
again.
and be patient.
And be patient with her.
I like flip teaching. I think it's helpful, but sometimes when the lessons are really complicated, it helps when you review it at home. It's you'll see the lesson and then they explain it in class.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it especially for this class because it can be hard sometimes. So if you do the video and then she explains it further in class, it's you already know what she's talking about, so it's just kind of you get a better understanding of it. And I think I like doing the problems with her so that we can ask her questions.